In this video, what we've addressed is 6 or 7 reasons as to why you're not actually losing belly fat, and we actually cover some real actual tips that you can do to actually see improvements. No gimmicks, no supplements, actual fundamental things you can do in terms of your diet and actual in the gym, which will help you actually see progress that you can actually see in the mirror. I'm going to try and break it down very easily, so hopefully a lot of you can understand it. No need for no complex jargon. First one I'm going to address is cardio. A lot of you out there that are struggling to kind of lose body fat, specifically belly fat, it comes down to some of you valuing cardio much more than resistance training, such as weights, which isn't a good thing. Because if you're in that skinny fat, kind of skinny realm where you just have a belt area, the reason why it's happening is because you have poor muscle to fat ratio in your body. So if you're in that skinny sort of frame already and all you're doing is cardio, you're almost going to be spinning your wheels. Focusing solely on cardio is not the best thing to do. It's better to implement both things, and I would personally say try and prioritize the weight training or resistance training, purely because that's going to help improve those ratios we spoke of. So firstly, make the appearance of your stomach area not look as drastic as it is, because you're going to have more of a frame towards it. That goes for females as well. Don't think it's just for men. So I personally would not focus solely on cardio. So when you're doing that, you are also going to be losing muscle as well as fat. So whereas if you actually did weight training along with the cardio, at least you're going to try and tone up your body a bit, as well as actually burning body fat all over your physique. And Quickie here, which is you're spending way too much time trying to spot reduce fat. You're in the gym trying to do sit-ups thinking it's going to burn belly fat. That is not what it does. You cannot spot reduce any sort of body fat. You can't say on Monday I'm going to do belly fat, on Tuesday I'm going to do chest fat, and on Wednesday I'm going to do calf fat. That's not what happens. When you exercise, you burn fat from all over your body. So you need to remain in a calorie deficit from food and training that will eventually, as the body fat decreases, the stubborn areas will start going last, and they will eventually over time be reduced as well. But you can't just do set exercises to burn in that one area. All that will do is build muscle in the area, but that is a good thing. For example, if you have a chubby stomach but you often do 6-packs and exercises, it's not going to burn the belly fat in the area, but it will build dense abs, which means that over time it can protrude through the fat. The next one, what we're going to address is undereating, which is going to sound crazy to a lot of you out there, purely because yes, we do know that a calorie deficit is how we actually see any progress in fat loss or weight loss journeys. However, if you drastically drop your total calories down by something ridiculous, it's going to literally cause more harm than good. You're dropping your total calories by say like 1,000 calories or 700, which is too big of a drop drastically. Or they'll think, oh, I don't want to eat fatty food, so I'm just going to eat no fats in my diet, which is really wrong. One, because your body needs dietary fat to function. It helps improve your hormones, it helps various parts of your body, and when it affects your hormones, it can affect things like your metabolism, and your metabolism slows down, which means that it's not going to function as it normally would. And when your metabolism slows down, it can cause your body to basically store more body fat than it needs to. And it's one of those things where people always go, oh yeah, I did XYZ, my metabolism's gone to shit, it's just not working, which isn't necessarily true. Well, your metabolism's working as it should. If you're in starvation mode, which is basically what you're putting your body in when you're dropping your calories ridiculously low, your metabolism is actually meant to slow down in those situations. How can I use an example? Okay, a perfect example is if you were stranded on an island, right, where the calories are scarce, the food sources are scarce, and you're not used to eating as much as you normally would. If your metabolism stayed being quick in that scenario, you're gonna die pretty quick, because your body is burning too much calories and too much energy to the point where you have nothing stored and you're just gonna wither away. The whole point is that when calories become scarce, your metabolism actually is meant to slow down so you can actually survive, because your body doesn't know that you're doing some crazy calorie deficit. It thinks it's damn near dying, so what it does is it uses and stores more body fat for energy throughout the days, whereas things like excess muscle isn't really that beneficial for your actual physique. Like, your body doesn't need excess muscle, so what it's going to do is take away from the muscle and basically save more of the body fat. So when people say their metabolism is not working, that's not true. The problem is that outside sources are making it, for example, maybe slow down or act differently than it regularly would, but it's not gone to shit. It is actually doing its actual functional job. This one now is probably the most important and probably the most common in those of you that probably click on this video. You're a bullshitter. And when I say this, I mean this is tough love. You're the type of person that literally is always trying to find very quick results. Quick results will never actually get you the proper true progress that's going to be sustainable. If you're the type of person now that you always go on YouTube or Google and you search the words how to lose belly fat in 1 week or how to get in shape in 2 weeks, you are the bullshitter right now, because quick fixes are not going to work. You have to actually do the proper things. You need to like eat a good diet, you need to exercise, and these are the things that people don't want to do. They'd rather search for fat burners or constantly drink apple cider vinegar, thinking that's going to do most of the work, which is not the case. And this is not me disputing saying that they don't have any incremental benefits. Most of them probably do. However, the way that it's marketed and the way that the average person thinks, they think that they can pop a fat burner and drink some apple cider vinegar in the morning and the body fat's just going to drop away, which is not the case. These things even say on the bottles usually, along with a proper good diet and exercise, you will see progress. And I say this many times, at the end of the day, if you truly believe that fat burners and apple cider vinegar is all you have to do to get in shape, there'd be no other fat person on the planet, because a doctor would simply prescribe every single obese person a fat burner and apple cider vinegar or whatever other new fad comes out, and then they literally just disappear. The fact that there's a whole bunch of obese people on this damn planet proves fundamentally that those things don't work. Otherwise, there would be no one in the gym. There'd be very few people actually working out doing cardio if they could just pop a pill or drink a little sip of apple vinegar. The bottom line is you're probably lazy and you're not willing to put in the hard work. If you want to see results, hard work is what it's going to take. This one now is a very quick one to cover. Basically, you're probably not even fat, you're potentially just bloated. And a quick little test you can do to kind of figure out if it's bloat or fat, because some of you don't know, would be 1, assess how many times you have bowel movements in a day or even a week. For example, if you only go to the bathroom once every 3 days to do a shit, that's a whole bunch of food that's stuck in your system. Because if you're eating potentially 2,000 to 3,000 calories every single damn day, but it's only once every 3 days you go to the bathroom, where the hell do you think all that food's been stored? It's gonna be in your gut. And a way to kind of quickly check that is, if you touch your stomach, like, is it jiggly? If it's fat, usually it's kind of jiggly and soft. If your stomach sticks out and it protrudes but it's pretty firm, it's probably a lot of waste in your stomach, which is what's making it firm. A lot of fizzy drinks and gases that can also bloat your stomach up as well. But in a lot of cases, it's a mix of both. And a lot of them is the fact that people just don't have enough fiber and go to the bathroom as frequent as they should. Realistically, you should be going twice a day, at the absolute minimum once. But I've made a video on that if you want to know more detail, so feel free to search for that. Another common one here as well, which is you're literally just scale chasing. Most of your time, all you're doing is chasing a lower number on a scale, which doesn't necessarily mean that the visuals in the actual mirror or in progress photos is going to change. So if I was you personally, instead of trying to starve yourself, trying to see a lower number on the scale, measure off the progress photos in the actual mirror and see what's working for you. Because if you're only tracking numbers, that doesn't matter. Because if, for example, the number on the scale dropped by like 20 pounds, but in the mirror you still look like you have belly fat, I guarantee you're not going to care. Whereas if the numbers stay the exact same, but one day you look in the mirror and your whole proportions has improved because you've been doing a good diet and training, you're going to care more about the visuals over numbers. So I'm always going to say value the visuals over the numbers. Hopefully those 6 things I just mentioned will help you guys see actual progress. No gimmicks, no bullshit. Me actually giving you fundamental things. I'm not trying to sell you no pills. At the end of the day, I'm trying to help you improve your mindset. And hopefully over time, you'll actually address some of these things I mentioned and you'll actually see results. Anyways, people, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button because the channel is dope. Anyways, people, I'm gone. See you in a bit.
Make $1 million cash for you flatline.